Those who do nothing are inviting shame as well as violence. Those who act boldly are recognizing right as well as reality.
Hey guys, back again with another video. Today's video, as you can tell by the title and description, I want to install an extended latch release on my AR-15 charging handle. Here's the charging handle. There's the standard latch that comes with it right there. The reason I want to do that is a few different reasons. One, I just like a bigger gripping surface. It just makes it easier, especially if you're wearing gloves or something like that, number one. Number two, there's a scope that mounts to this rifle that sits over the back of the charging handle by this much. So to grip it underneath the scope is very difficult. So I want to put an extended one on to make it a little bit easier. So that's what we're going to do now. Essentially, oops, sorry guys, so sorry. Having a bad day. Essentially what I'm going to be using is this block of wood here, small punch from my punch set, and a small armorer's hammer with a polymer side and a brass side. And what that's going to be for is to get out, see this pin right, that hole right there? There's a roll pin in there. You have to pop that out. Now the key is this is under spring tension. You see? So there's a spring in there. It's right up in here. So when you pop that out, you're going to have to hold pressure on this so this standard latch and spring don't go flying. So let's see. I usually have bad luck with trying to get this stuff done on camera, but let's try to adjust the camera here and get you guys a better look at some of this action that's going to be going on. Alrighty, adjust my viewfinder here, see where we're at. Okay, now the thing is, because it is a roll pin, it's going to be softer, so you don't want to beat the hell out of it, number one. And number two, let's move the light over here. And number two, it's got to have some place to go. So you don't want to pound it straight into the wood, but you want to start it because you need a hard enough surface. You want to get it started so that it starts to move. Once it comes out, you don't want to beat it against the wood. What you're going to want to do is get it so just the roll pin hole is over. So as much of this charging handle is supported as possible. A lot of guys will use a second piece of wood to put it over like that, but 6 1/2 doesn't need the other. I feel like it's the pretty much the same concept. So let's check this out, see what punch works best. This seems to be the best size. This is a 1/16 inch punch here that came with my armorer's kit, so we're gonna go with that one. And grab this hammer here, and we'll start with the polymer side so we're not putting too much pressure on this. And you want to line it up, get it in that little notch there, line it up, and start tapping away at it. Remember, you don't want to push it all the way out because you're going to need some sort of tension on here so this and the spring don't go flying across the room. You want to check the other side. Is it moving? Yes, it's moving. Okay, so now that you got it started, your punch will pretty much sit in there. Now what you want to do is go ahead and grab this latch, keep tension on it, and hammer that roll pin the rest of the way through now at this point. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Alrighty. Let me see if I have another punch. This one seems to not being seated on the roll pin properly, and I have 100 punches. So let's see if I have another one here, because you don't want it too small where it's smaller than the roll pin, but you don't want it too big where it's stretching that hole out, and then the roll pin serves no purpose at that point. So let's try this again. There it is. Okay, now I don't know if you saw that, but move this back. There's my roll pin right here. So that popped out. Now, if you hammer, hold on, don't want to lose my roll pin. If you hammer the, hold on, let me see. If you hammer your punch clear through the way I have, there we go. It'll hold that latch in place so you don't have to worry about it. Now when you go to remove it, that's when you have to worry about the spring tension and so on and so forth. So you want to hold, keep tension on it. Pushing back would probably be the best thing, because then it would hold that spring into place. Remove the punch. Now, let's widen out here so you can see what's going on. Now it's pretty much in the palm of my hand, and I can feel the spring pushing back with an amazing amount of force. So you open up your other hand, let it go slowly, and there you go. Here's your standard latch. Okay, let me get this viewfinder. Okay, sorry for the dirty hands, guys. There's your standard latch. Put that off to the side. Let's see if you can see it. And then there, in there, hold on one second. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm really trying to get a good shot of this. There it is. There's that spring. And as you can see, it's pretty much bigger than most of the other springs on the gun. So there is a lot of tension on that spring right there. Now, what you want to do is now take your new latch and see, you really want to take note on how it came out to make sure you're putting it back in right. But you'll be able to tell, because you see that hole has to line up with that hole there. They have to slide in. You have to line them up so you can put the roll pin back in there. Plus this little J hook here at the tip there, right there, has to go inside. So basically what you want to do is take this, push it in, and this is the difficult part. You have to line up those holes. So you have to visually line up those holes, make sure that the holes are lined up, and then start putting that roll pin back in. So this is where it gets a little bit tricky and a little bit difficult. And I'm hoping not to have to do a cutaway, but I might have to, because I've seen this done a few times and it gets to be a real bitch. So as long as this thing's not going to be a ball buster for me, we should be able to get this done without me cutting away. But if I do have to cut away, I pretty much explained everything that you have to do. A little trick that I saw in another video is to get some duct tape or electrical tape, and you kind of want to duct tape or electrical tape the actual latch down. You want to get it in there so that the hole is lined up, and you want to duct tape it down into place. I could see how it would work, but with the spring tension, you got to understand that it will push back against the tape and it won't be exact. But if you need help, that's a good starting point if you're having a hard time like I am. Yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have to do a cutaway. Give me 2 seconds to get this started, and I'll be right back, guys. Okay, guys, back. What I had to do is another trick that I learned. I didn't think it was gonna work, so I was gonna do the tape thing, but this seems to be working. What I did was I took one of the punches, the smaller punch, and I put it through the hole to hold these two, the latch and the handle, in place. But I didn't put it all the way through. I put it maybe halfway through, and then I put the roll pin back in and started to hammer that in. So it's now being held in by half the roll pin, as you can see. Removed the punch, and now it's being held in by the roll pin. So what I'm going to do is from here hammer the roll pin in the rest of the way. Before I do get it all the way in, I just want to show you that I have tested it and it does seem to work. See, here's the left-handed pinch. When you're a left-handed shooter and you're doing it with the right hand, you can pinch it. You could still charge it normally by pulling this back like this, and you have the extended side over here. And a lot of guys say, well, that's not good because you're pushing pressure one way, you're going to torque your bar. And really, you're not, because it is an Ambi. This was another reason why I got this particular one. Is when you do this, it pushes up against here. So now you're creating a flat force that actually drags the whole handle out. It really does work that way. I know it doesn't seem like it, but it does. So now I'm going to go ahead and check my viewfinder here. Let's get this zoom going. And start hammering this roll pin in the rest of the way. Now, once it's flush with here, the way I have it now, it still needs to go in further. So this is where you would go back, resort back to your punch, and hammer it in. Everything that you do, take off, remove, replace, when it comes to your gun, you want it to be as centered and symmetrical as possible. So, with this, you want as much, let me get back out here again. Here we go. Okay, now you want as much sticking out or gap here, and you want the same amount of sticking out or gap here. So if it overhangs on both sides, you want an equal amount of overhang. If it's below the surface, you want the same amount of distance between the surface and the pin here as you do here. And as you can see, everything works fine. So let's get all this shit out of the way and get her back into the upper receiver. Let's go wider. There we go. And drop the charging handle in. Get your bolt forward. Put your bolt carrier group inside. Push everything forward. Let's run a function check on this. Oops, sorry guys. As you can see, the bolt is closed. So let's function check this. Works perfectly. And show you, let me see if I can get this lined up here. Okay, and that's what it looks like on. So, left-handed shooter, right-handed charger. Go like this. Good. Standard pull. Good. Extended pull. So yeah, however you decide to do it, you're good. Standard pull, little twist action there, little extended pull, works fine. So that's my video of the extended charging handle latch replacement. Hope you enjoyed the video. Did the best I could. Hope you guys had a good understanding of what you were looking at. Hope everything was in camera. Hope I explained everything as clearly as possible. And I hope this helped anybody that needed it. Again, I'm not an expert, so don't leave negative comments. It is what it is. I know what I know. I don't claim to know everything. I just did this to the best of my knowledge. If you want to leave comments that help other people, that's more than welcome. Make sure they're constructive. Please don't put me down. Like I said, I'm far from an expert. I just do the best with the little bit of knowledge I have, and I admit openly that it's a little bit of knowledge. But thanks for watching. Subscribers, thanks for subscribing, and stay tuned for more. Those who haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I have lots more videos on the way, and I do have a giveaway going on right now. So yeah, look through my videos, check out the giveaway, and get involved. So thanks everybody. Have a good one.